here in the dungeon garage gym that I built. It's where we go live with each other every day here on YouTube in the morning, doing the workouts from the garage gym, and I'm here to help people to motivate you physically and financially. I'm all about getting in the best shape we can possibly be in physically, the best shape we can possibly be in financially, especially if you're a man over 40 and you're behind the game. You're behind where you want to be in life financially, and maybe your fitness level, your energy levels really aren't where you want them to be. And so that's what I do. I come here just to motivate, right? So those of you who don't know me, I've been on here for a while, but I'm going to reintroduce myself. I'm a 46-year-old fund manager, live in San Diego, California. And about 2 years ago, I got on a fitness kick because I decided that where I was fitness-wise was not where I wanted to be. Sometimes you need to look at a picture of yourself, see yourself in the mirror, and be disgusted with your current results in life, and then you'll decide to change. And so I decided to make a change about 2 years ago. This month, as a matter of fact, is my 2-year anniversary of getting my butt in the gym, quitting the alcohol, and starting to have some better habits, right? Because all I'm about is that, current habits that you have now will depict where you're at in a couple years. Period. Current habits you have now with your diet, current habits you have now with your exercise regimen, current habits you have right now with your finances, your budgeting, your pocketbook, all your habits you have now will simply create who you're going to be in the next couple of years. So I'm all about helping people change habits, change mindset, head down a different path, step out their comfort zone, and do things maybe that you wouldn't have done before. And your life can change that way, right? As Jim Rohn said, and I love this comment, but Jim Rohn said, human beings aren't like trees. Trees are rooted where they're at. And so anything that comes towards a tree, it just has to deal with it, has to take it. That's why trees, get burnt down because they can't run away from the fire. Trees can't make moves was the point, right? But we're not rooted like that. We're not stuck. Human beings can make moves, and you can make moves quickly and drastically, as a matter of fact. And so that's the beautiful thing about the human life. So I'm here to help you all just be more motivated to do things better financially and better physically, because with a better physical health and better financial health, it's amazing how life gets a lot easier. So instead of complaining about how hard life is and all the things that are going to come get you, let's start to think differently and how easy life can be and how wonderful we can make it, okay, for ourselves and our families. And so that's what we do here on Physical and Financial Fitness with Patrick here live in the garage, okay? So as people will be jumping on, we'll be going to get into, what your skills are. What your skills that you already have, maybe that could pay the bills, right? The skills that pay the bills. Well, I have a bunch of examples of individuals that I've heard the stories of and spoken with, people that have done things just purely for fun, right? Because they have tons of fun doing it, no matter what the result, and it ends up being their full-time career and outdoes their corporate pay. There's a lot of examples of it that we're going to get into when people jump on my YouTube live, but as we were mentioning earlier, YouTube sort of put me in a jail. So we're going to think of how better to get the message across to people over the weekend to where we can actually get some folks and help them start to change their lives for the better. But for now, we're going to have a workout. And as people jump in, hopefully I'll be able to see that on the screen and we can have a conversation. But until then, I'll get my workout in and we'll have some slight talks. But generally what we like to do is when people jump into my lives, it's always great when people would jump in and say, hey, my real name is Joe, and I'm watching you from Canada, something like that. Oftentimes the people's, names that they use for their profiles okay, so interestingly enough, I have the microphone in the same exact place that I have the microphone in every single time I've ever done a YouTube live since I began, right here on the bill of my hat. Matter of fact, when I first started doing the lives, it was way down here. No, you don't need to come show me. I hear you, but this doesn't have volume on it. I hope you know that. So this little Bluetooth microphone, it doesn't have any volume on it. So the fact that it's louder than it normally is, can't help you with that. Does that make sense? Yeah, it doesn't get any louder. I just have a button here where I can push for more or less noise cancellation. Is that quieter? Does that help? I changed the noise cancellation feature, Bethany. Does that help? Is it? And I'm not even talking loud like I normally do right now. I'm actually talking quite quietly. No, it's okay. It's just me and you on here. Don't worry about it, honey. Yeah, we can try to fix it, but not really. Okay, well, all I have is a sound cancellation on here. That's it. It doesn't have volume, and I haven't changed anything since I've begun using the equipment. Just don't talk too loud. Well, that's like telling a dog not to bark, honey. As you know me very well. It'll be very difficult for me not to talk loud. Maybe I'll just turn it around the other way. Maybe that'll help. Let's see. It's so funny. Today of just technical difficulties, this is what we got. I know my phone doesn't have noise cancellation though, so when the gardeners get involved and also the pool filters and those kinds of things, this has great noise cancellation. But at least we'll have some viewership because you're on here, honey, and also too because you're commenting so many times to help me with this microphone issue, so waking the algorithms up. I ain't worried about it, boo-boo. What I'm worried about is YouTube. So, my name is Bethany. Hi, Bethany. I know that. Anyways. Oh, I got you. You're just trying to get in the mix for me. Okay, honey. Well, there's no one popping on, and we're not getting any action. So I'm just going to work out. And if I see the numbers go up or people start commenting on me being a dummy working out in my garage like an old man, then fantastic. We'll have a conversation. Did my microphone get any better that I turned it the other way? Where my mouth is actually facing opposite of the microphone? There. Did that get any better? What the heck? Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah. Man. It's funny. That comment, it was funny. YouTube still does its job in certain ways, I guess, YouTube. But it was funny. YouTube restricted that message, and I had to click on a button to see it or approve it. So apparently, it doesn't like the words hot or young or stud or sugar baby. That's really weird, by the way. That's really weird, honey. All right. Enough of this. I guess I'm just going to put the cameraman on and we'll float for a while. If my cameraman will even work today. And hey, I guess, Bethany, it's not my screen share mode that's messing up. Not my screen share mode that's messing up, so. Yeah, so lame. So I'm about over YouTube. We're going to make YouTube an After Effect probably. Do that software where I can go live on multiple platforms and then see what platform actually gives me the love. Really, huh? Can you see me? Can you see me? Oh, what's up, Streeper? We're having a bunch of technical difficulties this morning, man. Bunch of technical difficulties this morning, so Bethany and I have just been on here trying to take care of it. Is my Bluetooth speaker sound really loud to you, Justin, this morning? Do I sound like overly loud? Bethany was going, dude, you sound so loud. I don't know what's going on with YouTube, man. Why, what's going on with it on your end? Streeper, what's going on with YouTube on your end? Is there something going on your end too? But for us, it's just been technical difficulty. No, not at all. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know, man. We've had a bunch of technical difficulties, and YouTube is really not putting my live out to anybody. It's a little hazy. You mean my voice or the camera quality? Oh, okay. A little hazy. Are you saying that the camera quality or my voice quality is a little hazy? Is that what you're talking about, Streeper? A little hazy. What's a little hazy? Voice is raspy. Oh, that's just because it's the morning time, dude. But my microphone was turned around. Whoa, hang on. Jesus. Hold on one second. All right. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens. Voice raspy. I love it. All right. There we go. So many technical difficulties. So no clue. But glad you're on here, Streeper. Hey, Streeper, we were going to talk about the skills that pay the bills. That's what I was going to talk about today. Because there's so many people that have the skills already to pay their bills in ways they don't even know because of today's technology. That is, if you can get YouTube to actually work. When YouTube works, it could be a hell of a drug. No, I'm kidding. The live feature is just goofy. But Streeper, you're into the car business, right? What's up? Good morning, Andy. Streeps, you're in the car business, right? Automotive, if I remember correctly. Good morning, Andy. You must have been busy today. I didn't think we had the meeting today because I thought we let our marketing team go to replace them with a different team or a different idea. So I didn't know if we had that meeting still. Is the team still going to meet on Thursdays, Andy? As far as you know? At the same time and all that. Collision repair as a trade, yes. I do know Desi, brother. No, yeah, and I didn't even think because I figured that was the marketing meeting with our marketing company. But since we were thinking of replacing them, I didn't think we had the meeting with them again this morning. But maybe it is our new current marketing team. We're just going to replace the same time, so it's all good. Yeah, bummer. I should have been a part of that then. No initiative, right? The skills, but no initiative. But like, here's what I was talking about, right, Streeper? It's like there's this this gal, and she wanted to quit her. She was a teacher, and she was making like hardly enough scratch to get by, right? Like a school teacher, and the school teacher went to a gal who was like a female life coach kind of a thing. And just to try to help this lady get out of her shell, they were trying to brainstorm and figure out if this lady had any skills to teach people online, because she was a teacher for a trade, right? So do you have any skills you could teach people online? And they went back and forth in sessions with this life coach, and the lady was basically saying, no, I've just been a school teacher my whole life, and so I know how to teach kids like math, But she's like, other than that, right, I don't really think I have any value. And through brainstorming and through some sessions, found out that this lady has this apple fritter recipe, making like apple fritters, okay? An apple fritter recipe that had been passed down 3 generations, from like great grandma to mom and now to her. So when this life coach lady found out about that, said, what you're going to do is we're going to make a video series about how to make those apple fritters. And they did, and she got the lady to do this, and this lady was selling this apple fritter recipe along with videos of her on how to make it, the old ancient, 4-generation long recipe and all that stuff, advertising it as, every single party we've ever brought these to. Everybody rants and raves about them. It's a great 4th of July thing to make. It's a great thing. Da, 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 da. You can make these apple fritters, and they were selling like the apple fritter recipe for like $29. And that lady sold so many apple fritter recipes on a month after month basis of how to make apple fritters for $29 and like a video tutorial on it and the best apple fritters ever or whatever. And that lady started making 2-3 times more than she was making as a teacher in her job. It's crazy, right? There's this other guy. I don't know if you've heard of this gentleman, right? There's a gentleman who started to make a YouTube channel of just teaching young men things that fathers would teach their boys. You know, how to start a fire. You know, why not to eat yellow snow? I mean, I'm not to eat yellow snow, but you know, how to tie a necktie, how to change a tire, how to change a brake pad, how to unclog a toilet. You know, things that like men just should know. And generally we get taught a lot of these things from our grandpas or our fathers. Some of these young men growing up don't have a father. And they're not being taught these kinds of things from being raised just from a mother. And so this guy just thought, you know, maybe I have some value to just go and put out there how to tie a necktie and how to change a tire and what certain wrenches are for, like a crescent wrench versus a socket wrench. And you know what I mean? Like just teaching the simplest of basic things that us men should know to young men. Maybe they didn't have fathers. That was his like mindset or theory, and he had no monetization behind it. It was just something that he had a passion for. And he started making this YouTube channel, and he's got over 1 million followers and all this other stuff, guys. Like he's making $20,000 per video or whatever it is, right? Based on his views and all that stuff. So that's kind of where I was going today, is that we just don't know. Like a lot of times we have the skills. The reason I was asking you, Streeps, is that you're in the car business, right? Automotive and all that, because even there's guys like me that I took metal shop 4 years in high school. So I'm really good with metal. You know, I'm a good welder. I can use a pipe bender. I can cut sheet metal. I can do a lot of things, but I don't do anything with metal. You know what I mean? Like I'm not metal working in my garage for a hobby. I'm not building things out of metal and all that. I don't even own a welder, but I just enjoyed taking metal shop in high school, whereas auto shop was right next door. And always I'm regretting why I never took any auto shop. I never took one semester of auto shop, not 1 year when I was in high school. I was in metal shop, not auto shop. And I always regret that, still to this day. So like, how many people out there would love to learn more about the basics of taking care of their own vehicle and how to maintain it and how to get more miles out of it? And, you know, simple things that some automotive guy would really know, but most people don't know, right? And it's like, you know, maybe there's this automotive repair for basic people, YouTube channel that you start on the side for funsies. And you film some stuff and you give some tutorials and all that kind of stuff. And all of a sudden you start to help so many people, and the volume of help that you give to these people out there create viewership and create followers and create your own tribe and that, and it grows and grows and grows. And all of a sudden now, you're repairing cars in your own nice garage at your crib where you have your engine lift machines and all your cool stuff at your own crib, and you're just in your own garage filming tutorials on how to do automotive stuff. And you're like, there's 1,000 of those guys out there. Yeah, of course, but there's not a streeper. So anyways, stress can put a wrench in our lives in making decisions, whether it's working out or our financial future. Elaborate on that a little bit, Des. Let's see, Streeper, working with metal is a really good skill to have, as well as I like TIG welding and making cool S on expensive cars. That is awesome, dude. Yeah. And you know, it's funny that you said that, man, because the TIG welding was obviously the hardest. I don't know if it was for you, but TIG welding was always the hardest for me, and that was the one that I actually learned how to do the least. And TIG, that would be aluminum, right? If I remember correctly. But yeah, that was the hardest one. Also, just regular gas welding, old school style, was hard, right? It was MIG welding and arc welding that were the easy ones. And arc welding being a little bit more difficult, obviously. MIG welding was my strong suit, right? And so weird again, right? It says I got one person on here now, so I don't know what's going on with YouTube, y'all. But hey, it's all good. It's all good. YouTube, something's going on with it. It's giving me technical difficulties. I know we had on here Bethany, we had on here Andy, we had on here, and now it just shows that there's one person on here. And Streeps, I'm assuming it's you. So I don't know what is going on with YouTube, man. But yeah, working with metal is awesome. My father was a woodworker. Yeah, you definitely need some patience with that, too, because you burn right through the metal, right? Yeah, because the metal's thinner and it's softer metal and it burns at a lower temperature and that thing gets hot and it just goes whoop and burn a hole right in there. But I used to be pretty good, as a matter of fact. I remember my metal shop teacher taking the wire brush and brushing off one of my welds and giving me a look like this and saying, damn, that's really good. And he never said that to nobody. His name was Mr. Shoemaker. He was a badass dude, I'll tell you that. I didn't believe him about the Mr. Sandman when it came to welding. I didn't believe the Mr. Sandman story. And so I thought it was funny in metal shop one time just to tack something up without a mask or goggles. I was just tacking it, just to tack it in place. No big deal, I thought. I was looking at the weld, just doing some tacking. And boy, did I realize what they meant by you get a visit from Mr. Sandman. Oh boy. That night, man, oh, my eyes watered. I could hardly sleep. I had issues because the eyeballs themselves felt like they had a bunch of sand in them. And they were talking about Mr. Sandman. That's how bad that welding light messes up your eyes. And I thought, I don't know how Mr. Shoemaker used to do it then, man. This metal shop teacher, Mr. Shoemaker, holy moly, dude. That dude would look at a weld. He'd go like this and like shield his eyes like this. He'd go, yeah. And like look at it, yeah. I don't know. Maybe the years got his eyes used to it. And his hands too, that metal shop, his hands. I swear you could have smashed his hand in a vice or something and he would have gone, huh. I mean, the guy was a beast. So shout out to Mr. Shoemaker. I'm not sure if Mr. Shoemaker's still around these days, but boy, that dude was a stud, man. A good old stud. All right, so what are we going to do today? But let's talk about that a little bit, right? So Streeper, you probably could start a YouTube channel teaching young men how to keep their cars in good shape. Standard auto maintenance. Let's see if this thing's working. There you go. Yeah. Standard auto maintenance, how to change oil, how to change a brake pad, how to change a tire, how to hook up the sensor thing and where to buy the right sensor thing so that you can see what's wrong with your car without having to spend $200 at the auto shop. Basically an auto. Here's the hack YouTube channel on how you can save yourself tons of money in auto maintenance. Everybody's got a car, but here's a little tricks you can do. Let me show you this. Let me show you that. And you never know, man. You get 1 million people following that YouTube channel, and all of a sudden you're making $300,000 a year just having fun in your own garage with your camera on. So that's kind of like my point. I was just like, what skills do we have? Streeper, what else you got, man? Because I know you're an automotive guy. How about you, Andy? Andy, you're still on. Andy, what are your skills? And not even to think that others would even like the skills you have. I'm just saying, what skills do you have? Like, what do you have nailed? What do you not need to study to tell people about? What are you so educated about and you know so much about that maybe some other people just don't, right? That's the question. Anyways, good conversation about it today. So I'm curious, what are your skills, right? Because I don't know you guys as good as you know me. I don't watch your lives, right? Hard when people already do it. It's so saturated market on YouTube. Let me ask you something, bro. How many people are working out? How many fitness guys trying to motivate people to get in better physical shape, right? How many of those are there? And think I'm trying to come out here as a 46-year-old dude who's not even really jacked. I don't have the tattoos. I don't do steroids. I don't do none of this stuff. And I'm trying to compete with these guys, right? But, no big deal because I'm really not trying to compete with those guys, right? I have a different message for people. What's up, NJ? How you doing? Good to see you. Hey, question, NJ, did you guys get the package or no? Was your brother able to find it and locate it? Did he go and pick it up? Just curious. I sound weird. That's what everybody's been saying. I don't know what's wrong. I didn't do anything different with my setup, y'all. The first thing that Bethany said when she got on this morning was I sounded weird and that my microphone was ultra loud. And then Streeper came on and said, dude, you sound really weird. And now you came on and I sound weird. So I don't know what's going on with YouTube. So anyways, sorry if I sound weird, you guys. That's so crazy. I haven't done. Here, I'm gonna take this off. Hold on. That's so weird, you guys. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. Hold on. Okay. All right. Can you hear me now? I took my Bluetooth microphone off completely. Does it sound better? Maybe I just don't go Bluetooth mic today. Okay. Is that better? Now, I'm standing 5 feet away from my phone and I don't have my Bluetooth microphone on. So, does that sound better? Let me know. Oh my gosh. Does that sound better? Can you hear me? Do you know that NJ's package was delivered? I don't know. I have to look. I have to use my phone. You can come down here and enter the number. I have the shipping receipt in my car right down here. If you want to come down here and enter the number into your phone, you can see where it is. If you want to do that, Bethany, but I can't right now. Okay, that's better? All right. That's good. That's good. Now, just for giggles, okay, y'all? Just entertain me for a second. This is just one whole morning of. That's why I'm not even working out yet. This is one whole morning of technical difficulties. You guys already know I started this live and went for like 10 minutes and then had to quit that one and start a whole new one. And this is the fresh, still having problems. This is wild this morning, so I apologize. Yes, to the wrong address. And was he able to go and locate it and actually retrieve it, or is that still on the plate to do? Let's see. When I went down to the USPS post office to ship that package, in their system, the address your brother gave me was not found in their system. And she said, "Are you sure this is real? An address that's real?" And I said, "It's real. It's just on an Indian reservation, I believe. That's probably why your system doesn't recognize it." So let's do this. Okay. Now let me ask you guys this. Is that still too much? So I put my Bluetooth speaker back on to see if I reset it, would it sound different? Do I still sound like I'm in a tunnel? Or do I still sound like I'm on a megaphone? Because if so, I'm just going to get rid of the Bluetooth. Just let me know. Sound good or sound bad again? Because I did redo the Bluetooth. I reconnected it. So how's the sound now? If it's bad, I'm going to take the Bluetooth off for good. Just let me know in the comments. Is this better? How's the sound now, y'all? All right. So at least then when I'm way over here, I can talk to you guys. And when I'm walking around, my voice doesn't, I don't have to be right to the camera. So I don't see any comments in there. They're trying to track it down. I will let you guys know when we do receive it. Still sound the same, just not as loud. Okay. All right. Well, shit. Maybe I'll just take the Bluetooth off then. That's what we'll do. If it was all good without it, then we'll just take the Bluetooth off. How's that? But anyways, NJ, I was waiting for you anyways on this conversation today because I was even thinking about you when I was thinking about the subject. And I was like, skills to pay the bills, right? So some people don't like their jobs and they just don't like them because it's like they just don't like what they have to go do, or they don't like their duties, or they don't like their boss, or they don't like whatever. They wish they could have, more of a life where they work on their own schedule, where they have more fun. Maybe they're following their passion or something. But everybody gets stuck saying, yeah, but I got to pay my bills, and so I got to stay where I'm at, right? We got to pay them bills. But before you got on here, NJ, I was talking about this lady who went to a life coach, and the life coach was trying to help her figure out a way to become happier. She didn't like her teaching job anymore. She'd been teaching kids math for so long, and she was just sick of teaching. She didn't feel like it was fulfilling her life as much as it used to. The pay wasn't, getting her by good enough, and she was just sort of depressed about everything. And she went to this lady life coach, and the lady life coach was trying to help her figure out what skills she has to share with the planet. And the lady was really depressed, thinking, I really don't have skills. My only skill is to teach kids math that are in 4th grade or whatever. And she had that kind of mentality. And it came out through a bunch of conversation
in talking to this life coach kind of peeled it out of her. But the one thing they found out, which is unique about the lady, is that she has an apple fritter recipe that had been passed down 4 generations. And she said, every time I make these apple fritters and I bring them anywhere, everybody says it's the best thing they've ever eaten. And every time I've brought them to a party, if I'm invited back the next year to the same type of a party, everybody says, bring them. I'm supposed to make these things for Thanksgiving, Christmas. She said, they're the best things ever. And it brings joy to people. And the life coach said, well, how come you don't make other people feel that same way? You teach them the recipe and how to make those apple fritters, and you instruct them to take the people to take them to parties so that they can feel that same elation of people saying, wow, your apple fritters are the best. Bring them next time. These are great. And they can, kind of do the same thing you've been doing. Pass it down to other people. It was the theory. So she made this video series of how to make these apple fritters and started selling the recipe along with video tutorial, along with all this stuff, and calling it, ancient 4-generation recipe, family, letting out the family secret. That's why we're charging money for it, that kind of thing. So they marketed it, and a life coach and her went and they made this thing, sold it for $29, and went out there advertising the apple fritter recipe. She started making so much money. She was selling so many recipes every month for $29 that it easily outpaced her teaching income, tripled what she was making as a teacher. And she was able to do this month over month over month and just keep advertising and dump a certain amount of money into this apple fritter recipe advertising. And for quite a few years, I believe was the story, the lady was making 20, 30 grand a month selling apple fritter recipes. And was able to quit her teaching job. So the whole point was like, it's crazy that we have to sometimes dig down deep to know what our real skill or value is that we already have. I'm always trying to tell people to learn new things and to go and venture out to learn mortgage notes or to learn something and to read up and to ask questions, get a mentor, and learn new skills to get into something, right? But oftentimes we already have a bunch of skill and a bunch of value inside of us that other people could really benefit from, but we just don't think so, right? We don't value what we already have because what's already in our comfort zone seems really easy to us. But what may be in your comfort zone and what may be very easy to you and awesome to you, maybe to other people is scary, or to other people it's hard, or to other people they wish they knew more about it, right, before they'll go and do it. So it was just a brainstorming today, a Q&A of like, what skills do we have? Like you, Andy, what skills do you have besides the ones that you use for your current job? But what do you have that most people don't have? What do you have that you could share with others that people would really jive with and love, right? We heard our boy Dave in Florida, he started doing sunrises. He started going on Facebook every morning on his morning walk at the beach in Florida because he walks every single morning for his own mental and physical health. And he takes these sunrise walks in Florida on the space coast of Florida. And he started doing these sunrise videos on Facebook. And he's accumulated quite the following, let me tell you. And he was actually monetizing. Facebook was paying him. He started to monetize. He was making a bunch of money off of it. And so, we just heard this story from Dave. He was just going, hey, this is Dave. I'm out here showing you the sunrise every morning. That's how it all started for him. Let me ask you this, Andy. What did you see, to switch subjects up while you guys are thinking about what skills you have to pay the bills already? Andy, what did you see as far as differences in your reps for your exercises yesterday? Tell me about that, buddy. What differences did you see? Are you saying that you were able to increase weight? Are you saying that you were able to do more reps? Are you saying that it was just easier for you to do and that you didn't struggle? What are you saying there, Bubs? Because I'm excited to hear. It sounds awesome. Making progress is what I'm hearing. Went from 50 to 100 reps. Well, I'd say then maybe you were giving yourself too much slack with the 50, brother. 50 to 100 reps. What are you doing so many reps of, Andy? That sounds more like a fitness routine. Are you talking about lifting weights, doing 50 to 100 reps? Of what exercise? Maybe I'm missing the point here. You do 100 reps of something, you're going to die. The lighting is so good with sunshine. Isn't sun the best lighting for photo and camera? Tell you. Get all the artificial light in the world. Mr. Sunshine is the king of all kings, huh? Oh, okay. Oh, I got you some calisthenics. Dude, that's awesome, Andy. I'm so proud of you, dude. I was just talking to Desi about all this and saying how I was so discouraged with YouTube and how YouTube's technical difficulties are being too much of a pain in my butt and all this stuff. And Desi was just saying, well, I'm proud you've been consistent at it and all this stuff. And I'm saying, maybe I need to go with a different plan. I was having a discussion of this. And what it came down to was I said, hey, no. But you know what's freaking awesome, Desi? He said, what? I said, this gal NJ's on there. She's a sweetheart. She comes on all the time. It's a part of her morning routine. She says she's lost 5-6 pounds already. She's running. She's motivated. So I'm helping, I think, NJ. I said, Bethany and I now are on the same page. Bethany's up in the morning working out. We're eating better. I kind of helped to get us both back into it at the same time. I go, Andy's lost 5 pounds. Andy's over here in the mornings talking about his reps are getting better. He's getting stronger. He's feeling better. He's dieting better. He's eating healthier. I'm like, dude, it's so great. It's so great. Streeper's on here. We're helping Streeper learn more about financial intelligence. I think Streeper's most of the time working on cars when he's listening to this, so can't really work out with us, or I don't know what Streeper's fitness ideas are, but it's like, hey, if there's only 4 or 5 people that I'm really motivating that love me coming on here, then that's worth it for me. I would keep doing it then, right? It's not about the viewership or the popularity or anything like that. That's not even why I ever did this anyways, right? It was, let me try to see if I can offer some value to some folks and help some people maybe learn some new things about finances, create some passive cash flow, become more financially free, or damn, lose the beer belly, lose the bad habits or whatever. And if I help 4 or 5 people, it's like the best feeling. So I don't care. I said, I'll keep doing it for those folks, right? For you guys. So I appreciate you all coming on here. It gives me the motivation to keep on going. That maybe sometimes I have something inside me worth sharing that benefits other people. It's the whole point of all of it. Oftentimes, you must have that selfless attitude with this kind of stuff, because it really isn't for you. I mean, me coming live on here, guys, in my gym in the morning like this, it definitely ain't for me, trust me. I got all the motivation I could choke on right now, and I'm very busy. But I do it for you guys. So I appreciate you all. I really do. Oh, it makes me feel good. Ooh. Just to the casino for a tech job, which is slot tech. Yep. A slot tech. NJ, you do a video series on YouTube of, the proper way to act when you're at a casino. 7 hacks to try to win the most money on slot machines. The top 10 things that blackjack dealers hate the most about their gamblers. The top 10 ways to conserve money at a casino. The top 5 ways to have fun at a casino without losing tons of money. All this stuff that you would know about a casino, you could be teaching people about that. And there's so many people that love gambling at casinos, as you know, that would eat that right on up. Especially from a gal wearing some Indian feathers in her hair, talking about a lot of casinos are on Indian reservations today. Let me tell you a little bit about Indian culture so that you know when you go onto one of these Indian reservations, it's not just Las Vegas and gambling. There's heritage to all of this. I'm not, you say LOL. I'm laughing, right? I'm serious. I'm serious. All of a sudden, NJ has 450,000 subscribers on her YouTube channel. A lot of people in the Indian world and a lot of people that like to gamble, and they love you, your personality, and you telling them all about casinos and the back door of the casino and what happens when clients ain't looking and just all this funny stuff. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It's like, who knows where something like that could go? And all of a sudden, it easily replaces the income that you were making working at the casino, and then you get to have your own schedule and shoot a few videos a day. And so I'm just saying, people change their lives dramatically. Don't even understand how much knowledge, how much skill they have to share with the planet that you already have inside you. It's pretty wild, right? And I know some of this always kind of sounds funny at first, but it'd be funny if it really happened, wouldn't it? It'd be funny if somebody was making 15, 20 grand a month just because they posted a video or 2 per day about Indian reservation casinos. It's a hot topic. There's a whole bunch of casinos on Indian reservation. Hey, come out here to San Diego. Holy moly. What do we got in San Diego now? In San Diego, we got Viejas. In San Diego, we've got, there's like 5. In San Diego, I think we've got 5 casinos, Indian reservation casinos, within 100 miles of each other, in a 100-mile circle. It's wild out here in San Diego. So, I don't know if you guys got kicked off or not, but again, on my end, it says I have 0 participants on here. I don't even know if you guys are still on. Look, NJ's still commenting, but my YouTube says I have no viewers. YouTube's wild right now. There is a lot everywhere nowadays, isn't there? It's wild. Yeah, up in Temecula, my friend Alex, his wife is one of the people of the tribe that gets paid pretty damn good money just for being that type of Indian. So I think she makes like $15,000 a month just cause. And my buddy Alex married her. My buddy Alex I play golf with, and it's like half an hour, 45 minutes north of where I live, and that's one. And then there's one 30 minutes east of me. There's one 45 minutes south of me. There's so many Indian reservation casinos that I know I'm just blabbing about the idea, but I'm just saying, NJ, like if you started to shoot a video per day and just drop a video, on YouTube, start a YouTube channel, just drop a video that you do and just talk about Indian reservation casinos and all the stuff you know about Indian reservations and how they operate and the intricacies of them and how the Indian reservation casinos operate, the intricacies of those, and how gamblers should really act, and should they respect the fact they're on an Indian reservation, or is it just like Vegas, woo, white folk going to gamble? Like, what is it? That would be pretty intriguing. There's so many gamblers out there, and there's so many people interested in Indian heritage, and also just the idea of Indians with these casinos and all this stuff, and the story behind all that. So many people don't understand it, that would love to hear the story from an actual Indian, a gal that lives on the reservation that works in a casino, that knows everything there is to know about it. And, it's funny, but you never know. A YouTube channel like that starts paying you 5, 6, 7, 10 grand a month. Maybe you don't have to work at the casino no more. All I'm saying, So, all the time, just for making our income and paying our bills, people think that they have to go work for somebody else or have a W-2 job. They don't think they have the skills to pay the bills. I don't know what company I would start. Well, these days, you don't even have to start a company these days, right? It's wild with social media and stuff, how it takes off, that people get paid for views. People get paid for people just watching your stuff. It's crazy. So, anyway, I digress, but that's what I was thinking of. My tribe is on one of the biggest tribes. My tribe is one of the biggest tribes. So it being so big, our tribe is broke. We don't get paid from the casino like other tribes. What a great story that is. I didn't know that. I didn't know the size of the tribe would have to do with, I thought you would just get less money. Like, instead of getting 15 grand a month, all y'all only get $1,000 a month. There's so many of you. But nothing? That's whack. We're too big, so we're that broke, so we don't get nothing. And there's these guys over in San Diego, California, making 15 grand a month just because their name is so and so. This is some BS, I would tell you. No, I'm just kidding, but but that's a story right there. Hey, don't be thinking, white folk, that it's all cherry for everybody. Yeah, you'll hear the stories of these people that are just a part of the reservation, a part of the tribe, so therefore they're getting paid 15 or 20 grand a month because their name is such. Or they born by such family, whatever. Not us out here in Wyoming. Let me tell you something. We don't get nothing. Let me tell you why. And people will go, what? Oh, that's crazy. So anyways, it's just funny, right? That's a story right there. There's a video in that. Why not? How come you guys get nothing and some of these tribes are getting paid tons of money just because of what family they were born into or whatever, right? Like some of them never had a job in their lives and they're rich. I remember the Indians down where I used to live in San Diego coming into TGI Fridays restaurant one time. and they all had the nicest BMWs. Back then when Hummers, when Hummers were the cool thing. I'm talking years ago, yeah, dating myself a bit, but when Hummers were the coolest thing, the Beamers and all that. I just remember like 7 or 8 cars pulling up. There had to be $1.5 million in cars that they pulled up in the Chili's parking lot, and I remember those guys being from the res down there, and I was talking to them, and some of those guys were making like 20 G's a month to do nothing. And I could say it wasn't really good for their personalities, I'll tell you that. But oh, you get the per cap from the government, but it ain't a lot. City natives, got you. But like, I'm just giving you guys ideas, anyways. I'm like, hey, Streeper could start a YouTube channel teaching people how to do general automotive stuff. Yeah, there's a million of those, but there's not a million Streepers, right? There's a million Indian gals that work at Indian casinos. It's very common, right? Especially on the res. A lot of the gals at the reservation get a job at the casino because that's the place to work, right? Pays the most money, they have a steady job, and all that stuff. But there's not a lot of gals that would be willing to look Indian while on YouTube, while giving good advice to gamblers. That's not very common, right? 25 of the chair push-ups Bethany was doing. I have a chair. Oh, I got you 25 chair push-ups. Nice job, Andy. So proud of you guys making progress. So awesome. Oh, I love to hear you guys making progress, dude. It's so great. Doesn't it just feel good to make progress, too? Sometimes we got to step back and give ourselves some credit. Make ourselves feel happy. Remember, we talk about the gap and the gain. We've talked about that before on here. Everybody's always trying to think about the gap from where they're at now to where they really want to be. There's like this gap. I'm still not where I want to be. So we're always measuring that gap from where we're at now to where we want to be. We never take time to measure the gain. We're always measuring that gap. Never measure the gain. Stop, give yourself some credit. How far have you come? How far have you made progress in the past couple months? Are you heading the right direction? Have you been able to change some habits? Are you getting stronger? Are you getting thinner? Are you eating better? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? Well, if you have, and you've made some progress on that, and you're better than you were 3 months ago or whatever, sometimes we got to take a step back and calm down and give ourselves some credit. Look in the mirror and say, good for you, man. Great job. You're doing it. Because that progress does feel good, doesn't it? Because hard work pays off, but people aren't willing to do the hard work, so they don't ever get the payoff. So when you get paid off and you start getting those results, right? You're bettering yourself and you're starting to feel better because of it. Sometimes hold up on the gap. I know we're not where we really want to be yet. Kind of like in the 60-day six-pack challenge, if you know what I'm saying, right? We're not where we want to be quite yet. This thing, it just wants to be crooked. There you go. Not where we want to be quite yet. For instance, showing you my progress or my lack thereof. My progress or my lack thereof. Because what day are we in? Day 22. Day 22 of 60 in the six-pack challenge. So I'm not where I want to be, guys. And there's what? 37 days left or whatever? 37 days left of the dieting and trying to get the six-pack to pop out better, right? I'm not where I want to be. But I looked at a picture, and I took a before picture. Your cameraman being super antsy. Yeah, he is, dude. If I hold my hand up like this. Well, maybe it didn't work. No, it's not working. Usually if I hold my hand up like that, the camera knows to stop, but it's not. Well, he's being a little jerky today. All right, we'll just turn him off. There you go. A little quirky. But, here we measure the gap. The gap is from where I'm at now to where I really want to be at the end of this 60-day challenge. I'm not there. My results aren't there. But I took a before picture when we first started the 60-day six-pack challenge. I took a before picture. And I looked in my phone at a picture from me yesterday and the picture from me when we first started the 6-pack challenge. And I am making progress. There's zero doubt. It's just not where I want to be yet. So there's the gap in the gain. Got the gap from where I'm at now to where I want to be. Not there yet. But what about the gain? If we're always measuring that gap and we don't take the time to give ourselves some credit, then it could always be defeating and it's not rewarding to do things. So we got to reward ourselves. Good job. Andy, you got stuff to do. Go do the stuff. All right. I'm proud of you, Andy, by the way. Hey, Christian, how you doing, dude? Welcome, buddy. I'm proud of you, Andy. You guys make me motivated. You guys get me to be motivated to come out here and keep doing this. If I change 2 people's lives, if I can help someone quit some bad habits, if I can help someone become healthier, wealthier, any of that, because you decided to latch on to me for some reason, then thank God that I have the energy and the skills to be able to help people do something, okay? It's just not about us, guys. This ain't no solo mission. What value do you have that you can offer others? You know what I was just thinking? I was just thinking about these truck driver guys too, huh? The truck driver guys, okay? You know who you are. Dexter ain't even on here. But did you know, so our cousin Matt decided that he was going to go do trucking for a little while. He got all jazzed about it. And he went and did all the trainings and driving the trucks and getting licensed, you know, to be able to drive trucks and all that stuff. And it was a lot. I saw him go through the training and I was like, dude, it's a lot. And Dexter was over here just the other day talking about the double clutch shifter trucks. And, you know, there's so many different types of those trucks and the big ones are harder to drive and the double clutch and all this other stuff. Well, I was like, what? Like, I don't know anything like that. What about these young men that are out there that maybe are thinking about going and doing trucking? Their buddy told them they could make good money at it, but they don't know the realities of it. They don't know how difficult it is or how stressful it is. They don't know the travel. They don't know the sleeping arrangements. They don't know the pulling off to the side of the road to sleep for just 2 hours to keep going to the... They don't know all that stuff. Somebody just told them, you should just go do trucking because you can make a lot of money. And then they're thinking, well, what about all these young men? Don't you guys have so much knowledge and so much information and so much experience of being a trucker that you could start a YouTube channel and you could teach people who think they want to get into trucking all about trucking, all about the different trucks, all about the difficulties, all about the realities, all about the, you know, just everything. A new story per day about your route, where you went, what you're delivering that day. What different kinds of trucks there are, what can make you the most money, what you might want to try to get into if you want to have an easier trucking job. There's local trucking jobs. There's ones where you drive all the way across the United States. You're going from Florida to California to New York to this. How much time do you have to spend away from your family? What kind of stress is it on the wife and the kids? What really is involved in trucking? That would be a badass YouTube channel. And a bunch of these young men trying to maybe think they're going to get into trucking, you'd be helping them out immensely. Either helping push them to get into it or helping some save themselves the headache. That may be pretty good, right? Hi, what happened to you? Why are you breathing hard?
Oh, just rushing around.
Hi, Queen Bee.
Hi.
Hey, look, it finally worked.
I know, I'm on it still.
I don't know why, though. I don't know what's up.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to write a letter to YouTube. She always laughs when I say that. Who writes letters anymore? Remember that? I'm going to write a letter to them about that. I'm going to write a letter to the CEO of YouTube. Ask him what's going on. Let's see. I don't even know what I want to do workout-wise. I don't know. I think we'll just end this, guys, because points have been made, right? CDL's easy to get, but the hard part is being able to be away from our kids. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? So there's a video right there you plop on YouTube and you're like, guys, here was what was on my mind today. You know, let me tell you something. When I got into trucking, it was about the money. When I got into trucking, it was about the freedom. I knew, you know, whatever it is. But you know what? I didn't realize, you know, the strain on the family. I didn't realize the fact that, you know, my kids wouldn't see me for a whole week straight here and oftentimes and this and that and the other. So let me tell you the reality of that so that you know what you're getting into, young men, especially if you have young children. You know, let's just get down to the reality and the brass tacks. You got to be able to deal with this. Your family's got to be able to handle this. That's going to create problems. Don't do it unless this, and this can be in place. You know, what a great video. So anyways, I'm just giving blab because you know what? Also a really awesome setting for a YouTube video talking about trucking is inside the cab of a truck. So all you'd have to do is get your phone out, hit record, and go, hey, let me tell you something. You know what I'm saying? You've been away for 6 months trucking, dude. This is like going to war. That's crazy. NJ, please, yeah, reach out and let us know that you get the package. There's very awesome valuables in there. I want to make sure that you guys are able to get that package. So reach out to me. And Bethany, if you're on, and NJ, before you leave, if you're on, Bethany, put my phone number in the chat. Because I don't care if anybody else has it either. But just put my phone number in the chat. NJ, you can get my cell phone number and text me when you guys get it, okay? And I'm sure your brother will probably reach out on social media when he does get it, but we'll see. But that's crazy, dude. 18 months overseas, 6 months gone trucking. Is that what you're saying, 6 months gone trucking? That's wild, dude. See, people don't know that. I wouldn't have known that. I was like, you can't be gone 6 months from your family doing trucking. Christian, yep, have an amazing day. Yeah, exactly, Blaster. Yeah, dude. Meanwhile, a broker made $320K a year by taking an occasional phone call, working 9 to 5. Straight up. Straight up. Straight up, dude. It's like they say, the guy that's the bricklayer laying the bricks in the town hall does not make as much money as the person selling the insurance that they have to have on the town hall. It's wild, yeah? Yep, crazy, crazy. Good point, though. What up, Blaster? Good to see you, man. Yeah, so that's crazy anyways. But Christian, think about that, dude. Drop a YouTube video per day from the cab of your truck while you're cruising or while you're parked or whatever and go, let me tell you, this is the reality of the trucking business YouTube channel. That'd be awesome, actually. Wild. But we are in day 22, 23, 22. We're day 22 of the 60-day six-pack challenge. So those of you that want to get in the best shape ever, then follow along with us. My dieting that I'm doing is I'm sharing on my Instagram stories. So if you go to @bpatrickfrans and follow me on Instagram, then I'm kind of posting all the foods that I eat during this challenge on the in my stories. So if you're looking for good diet options, how to maintain lean muscle by losing the body fat. Come back and check the live stream. I don't think she put it in there. Don't worry. But you're just go and just let your brother tell me. Reach out as soon as Patrick wants to make sure that you guys got the package. Just tell him. He'll reach out. What's up, boo?
Callie was kind of moving around, but she's still laying down. The monitor's on the counter.
Have a good day at school, buddy. Time to go to school. Oh, you thought about starting your YouTube channel? You should have done it for the past 15 years. Nope. Nope. That's not the right way to think about that. Nope. Let me help you there, Christian. I get what you're saying, but let me help your mentality, okay? It's not that you should have done anything. Can't say, we should have done something. If you know that it should have been done a long time ago, and if you know that if you had been doing it over the past few years, maybe who knows where it would be now, that means when's the best time to start? When's the best time to start your YouTube channel if it hasn't been done yet? Oh, okay, Christian. Well, then maybe you don't need so much coaching, huh? You already know the answer. Maybe you don't even need a coach like me to kind of tell you what to do, huh? You already kind of know what you need to do. So I would dare you then, since you are my newfound friend, this is how we roll in my friend crew, okay? I dare you to do it. I love it. I dare you to start your YouTube channel, dude. I dare you to take the 25, 30 minutes to go on ChatGPT, say, hey, how can I set up a good YouTube channel? Give me a step-by-step tutorial. Follow step 1, follow step 2, follow step 3. Set your YouTube channel up. Set your YouTube channel. I'm telling you, I'm coaching you for free. Okay, I'm coaching you. Set your YouTube channel up today and drop your first video. And your first video should be what? Your first video should be why you started the YouTube channel and who the channel's supposed to be for. That's the video. And that's your first video on your YouTube channel. And then every day thereafter, all you got to do is shoot a video and drop it in. Don't be laughing. I'm telling you to go do it. I dare you. I dare you. I triple dog dare you to do it. What are you afraid of? What's going to happen? I don't know. I guarantee you'll learn something about yourself. You'll learn something about YouTube. You'll learn something about people. You'll learn all this stuff by doing it, even if it doesn't give us the results we want. You'll learn a lot by doing it. So just do it. Make it a hobby. Have fun with it. Shouldn't be a stressful job or scary. Start a YouTube channel because your intention is to teach people about the trucking business. You know a damn lot about the trucking business and all about the trucks, the different types of trucks, the routes, the time away from family, the hardships, the fun times, the good pay, the bad pay, the issues, all this stuff. You know all about it. And each one of those little things you know is a 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute video of you just ranting in your truck. Okay? So I'm telling you. You never know where that would lead. I'm just saying. What if it led to having 240,000 subscribers on YouTube and people watching your stuff every day and you getting paid mad money, 20 grand a month for sitting doing a video? I get weird in the camera? Well, you're not going to when you practice. It's because you don't do it. That's why. Everybody's weird at first. Everybody sucks at first. Everything we've ever done. You weren't good at driving trucks the first time you got behind the wheel of one of those 18-wheelers. You sucked at it. You probably ground the gear. Guys are laughing at you who are pros at it. Everything. Everything we do in life. You suck at it first. If you're not willing to suck through the sucky part and get better at it, then you'll never get better at it. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Yeah, that would be cool, wouldn't it, Christian? How do we know if something cool like that could happen for our lives unless we're willing to just try to see if it could be cool? Who knows? It might be lame. Like my YouTube live. Might be lame like this. You never know. But the point is, you help a couple people, it'll make you feel really good, right? Start a YouTube channel, Christian. Start giving people advice about the trucking industry, bro. Telling them all the things you know. 1 video a day. 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. Here's the thing. Watch this. So the camera's over here, right? And I'm driving my car. And I'm just driving on the road, paying attention to my driving. And I'm just talking. You know, guys, let me tell you something. I'm driving from somewhere to somewhere today. It's a nice day out. It's very busy out here on the roads today. But let me tell you, since I was driving from, I have to go from Arizona all the way to Florida, and I got to be there in 2 days. And let me tell you how this works, guys. You think, I could drive from Arizona to Florida, da-da-da-da-da. But, blah, 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 blah. Now, you don't even have to look at the camera. Do you see what I'm saying? You don't even have to look at the camera. So therefore, you're not even trying to put yourself on camera, which makes you feel weird. I get weird in front of the camera. Yeah, you get nervous and everything. Not when you're driving your car, paying attention to traffic and stoplights and everything you got to pay attention to driving your truck. You're not paying attention to the camera. So you put a little tripod up in your truck, put your phone there, and you just hit record, pow, and just drive. Just do your thing. And just talk to the people. Think of the men you're talking to. You're talking to these men out there that are going to see the video. You're talking from your brain, speaking out to the planet. You're not on camera. You're just in your truck driving and chatting. You don't have to look at the camera. That's good content for people. They'll watch the video. They'll listen in. I promise you. Trust me. Try it. So anyways, hope that's some motivation. You never know how much value you already have inside you that you can share with the world that is major value for the world. that you would really help people. When you start to give value, you start to help people, you start to create your own tribe. Speaking of tribes, we were talking about Indian tribes earlier, but you start to create your own tribe of people that are attracted to Christian, not Patrick. They're attracted to Christian, and they're involved in wanting to know more about the trucking industry. There's going to be truckers that are just fellow truckers that start listening to your stuff because they just are jazzed that you're doing it, and they're enjoying that you're putting yourself on camera and stuff. And it starts to grow, man. And you don't know where it can grow to. That's the thing. And if it did grow to a point where just you shooting one YouTube video per day about trucking was making you 5 or 10 grand a month, it'd be a pretty nice thing, right? Absolutely. So anyways, guys, that's the motivation for today. You already have the skills to pay the bills. Probably you don't even know it, but with social media today and with the different types of ways to make money, what about affiliate? There's trucking companies that make things for the trucking industry, right? And so your channel could get a sponsor from Goodrich Tires or BP Fuel, or you could get a sponsor because you have so many people watching about your trucking content, right? And the sponsor's paying you and all this stuff. I mean, it's just dumb these days. So anyways, I'm just saying there's easy ways to make money these days if we just try. Maybe it's a YouTube channel, maybe it's educational, but it's you giving whatever value you already have to the world and creating your own tribe and following. So I hope that was awesome for you guys today. Hopefully we don't have technical difficulties tomorrow, but we'll see. We'll see you back tomorrow, 6:45 in the morning. Hopefully it'll work out. See you then. Ciao.